Hello and welcome back. My name is Clay. Thank you so much for tuning in. The first round of the NHL's pandemic playoffs has concluded, meaning we are now on to the second round. Only 8 teams remaining. We're going to go through all 4 matchups, and not only am I going to provide my preview of those matchups, but I'm also going to share with you my picks. And you may be asking, Clay, how good have you done so far in predicting the future? I will tell you, in the qualifying round, I went 6 out of 8, and in the first round, I went 5 out of 8. So we're trending downhill, but I think we can turn it around. So that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to turn things around. We're going to start over in the East with a pretty big matchup. We're going to start with the 2nd-seeded Tampa Bay Lightning against the 4th-seeded Boston Bruins. The Tampa Bay Lightning dispatched the Columbus Blue Jackets in the first round, getting revenge on the team that swept them the year prior. So they had that chip on their shoulder, and they were able to use it to get over that little hump this year, although they still have a larger hump to still get over. This team has had tremendous success in the regular season for the last number of years, but they haven't been able to match the expectations in the playoffs that they've gotten because of that regular season success. They came closest in 2015 when they reached the Stanley Cup final, but we know how that went. Now they have to face an Atlantic Division rival in the second round in the Boston Bruins. And Bruins didn't look too hot in the round robin. They dropped all the way from the 1st seed to the 4th seed. But they kind of picked it up in that first round. They found who they were again. And they had to, going up against a very good Carolina Hurricanes team. Now, I picked the Hurricanes to beat the Bruins. Obviously, I was wrong. The Bruins found their stride and dispatched of them in 5 games. The only problem is now for the Bruins, they no longer have Tuukka Rask. He has left the bubble to be with his family. And so now Jaroslav Halak has to man the net. Can he handle it? Can he resurrect his 2010 self? I don't know if he can, especially against a very good Tampa Bay Lightning team. He's going to need a lot of help from the team in front of him. I don't think he's going to get enough help. I've got the Tampa Bay Lightning winning this series. In fact, I've said this before. Last October, I picked the Tampa Bay Lightning to make it to the Stanley Cup final out of the Eastern Conference, for these playoffs 10 months later now because of this pandemic. So I'm sticking with the Tampa Bay Lightning here. They're still my picks for the Eastern Conference. I still have them. So I got to have them winning this series. But I think it's going to be a close series. I think it's going to be a 6 or 7 game series. We haven't seen enough 7-game series, so I'm going to say Tampa Bay Lightning in 7. Moving on to the other Eastern Conference matchup, we have the top-seeded Philadelphia Flyers against the 6th-seeded New York Islanders. The Flyers have looked very good so far in the bubble. They mopped up during the round robin, got that 1st seed in the Eastern Conference. Nobody expected that. Then they disposed of the Montreal Canadiens in the first round, a team that did a lot better than people thought they would in these playoffs, being the 24th ranked team. The Canadiens put up quite a bit of fight. But the Flyers passed that test. They're getting great goaltending from Carter Hart. They're getting big-time scoring from their big-time players in Voracek and Hayes. But now they have to go up against a very good New York Islanders team, led behind the bench by Barry Trotz, very defensive-minded, defensively sound team, coming off a very impressive series victory against the Washington Capitals in 5 games. A team that, despite its defensive reputation, they're getting quite a bit of offense from a number of players. Beauvillier, Pajot, Eberle, Lee. They're getting it from a lot of players. They're getting a variety of scoring, and that's big in the playoffs. This is a big test for the Flyers. And personally, I don't think they're going to pass it. I think this is the end of the road for the 1st seed Flyers. A great road that they traveled, a great wave that they rode on. But it ends here. I think the Islanders take this series, a very good series, mind you, in 6 games. Moving on over to the West now, we are going to start off with the matchup between the 2nd seed Colorado Avalanche and the 3rd seed Dallas Stars. This Colorado Avalanche team, as I've mentioned in previous preview videos, is just super good. They're really good. Loaded up and down the lineup with talent, offense, defense. They can straight up fly up and down the ice. Nathan MacKinnon, he's been ridiculous basically his entire career, but he looks like he's on a mission right now. And this team can straight up, I know it was against the Arizona Coyotes, but this team could straight up just score at will. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And now they're going up against a Dallas Stars team who didn't look very good at the end of the regular season, didn't look very good in the round robin, but seem to find themselves again, find their scoring touch in that first round series against the Calgary Flames. They're getting scoring from Heiskanen. They're getting Pavelski tipping everything like he always has done. Stars are looking like the Stars we know from the regular season. If you remember, the Stars beat the Avalanche every time those two teams played in the regular season. So it's not like this is a terrible matchup for the Stars. But they can't go back to their version where they just can't score. Like, the Stars are going to have to score. Because, quite frankly, I don't really have a whole lot of confidence in either Khudobin or Bishop. They haven't looked very good so far in these pandemic playoffs. So I think the Stars are going to have to score a bunch. I don't think they're going to. I've got Colorado winning this series, and I'm going to say in 6. And for our final matchup, we have the top-seeded Vegas Golden Knights against the 5th-seeded Vancouver Canucks. Now, last October, I picked Vegas to be the Western Conference representatives in the Stanley Cup Final. I am not changing that now, so they're going to be my pick for this series. But do not discount the Vancouver Canucks. They have a lot of young talent. They have a very bright future. They're coming off a big series victory against the defending Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues, much to my delight, by the way. The Vancouver Canucks are not going to go down without a fight in this series. But Vegas is, I mean, they're on another level right now than what the Blues were playing at. Vegas is just straight up solid up and down the line. Just so much depth on that team. It's going to be interesting to see what they do at the goaltender position. They played Robin Lehner a lot against the Blackhawks, I think mostly because of that dynamic where he used to play for the Blackhawks this season. But he looked a little shaky at times. I'm not saying he looked bad, but a little shaky. Fleury, on the other hand, in the one game he did play against the Blackhawks in the first round, looked very good. It'll be interesting to see what their strategy is going into the second round against the Vancouver Canucks. But nonetheless, whatever they do, I think they're winning the series. I'm going to say the Vegas Golden Knights win in 6. So to recap, my picks are the Lightning, the Islanders, the Avalanche, and the Golden Knights. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your picks and your thoughts down in the comments section below. Really look forward to seeing who all you think are going to be moving on to the conference finals. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.